Mr. Champion, I have two questions, sir. My first question is what advice can you give to the president-elect to generate revenue without depending on foreign loans? And my second question is, what enabling environment can you suggest to the president-elect to encourage youth participation in governance? Thank you.
My name is Moses Moso. My question is, are there government bodies that youth can approach to fund their projects?
Welcome back. There are already questions from the audience. Please, Mr. Doctor, attend to them.
Okay, Champion, thank you for your question. I share the same concern which you share with respect to us not borrowing, because we said the borrower is the servant of who? Of the lender. Because as long as you borrow, you become dependent, tied to the conditions provided for you by the borrower. You see, one of the challenge that the present administration faced was the issue of borrowing money. Money that are not accounted for.
Too much.
Money that are not accounted for. Every time the president approached the night assembly, they quickly ratify the borrowing of money. And when you look at some of the money they borrowed, 2019, they did what is called trader money, and the rest of they were sharing money. There was no accountability. There's no problem in borrowing money if you use the money for justifiable purpose. But the challenge we have in Nigeria is that we don't have accountability. There's no transparency with respect to, when take for instance the 800 million they said they want to borrow, which they are why would you borrow $800 million at the twilight of your administration? Administration is coming to an end in less than a month. The administration is coming to an end in less than why would you borrow? Who are the 50 million Nigerians? Where did they get the data from?
Exactly.
How did they come about those 50 million Nigerians that are living below poverty line? So for me, I think the president-elect should not go that route, and I think that he could intervene and tell the president that, you know what, as we are coming towards the tail end, leave this for our own administration to handle. And how can we generate revenue by not borrowing? It's for us to reduce the cost of governance, reduce wastages in government, reduce the cost of governance, reduce wastages in government, block all the loopholes that people are taken from the national. Nigeria is a blessed country. We generate revenue. If we keep track of the revenue we generate, if we block the bunkering that is taking place with people stealing our crude oil without any accountability for that. If we do all of that, I can assure you that we have more than enough. Somebody said that if Nigeria is a woman, that she will have been dead from giving birth to children, because they will have sucked her dry. That we are still alive and we are still afloat as a country, it's because God has an interest in this country. And I think that if he does that, I can assure you that we have the revenue to take care of what we need. Now, with respect to the youth, I share your concern, but one of the things I've told the youth is very simple. The future is yours, but the future is now.
Exactly.
Now, look at the age 18 to 45. Just imagine if people within the age 18, or let me even say age 18 to 35. I've argued this. I said if the university student in Nigeria, it's not that they are not intelligent enough. They are still like the antelopes, and the older political class are like the lions. So once they say "grah," they run away. Just imagine people within the ages of 18 and 35, they all join one political party. They pick the governor from among themselves. They pick the senator from among themselves. They pick who win the election.
Not them now.
Because
they are more in numbers.
They are more, but like the antelopes, they don't know their strength in numbers. And I've said that the units to come together and organize themselves and make a demand. You see, how old was Obasanjo when he was president? How was Awolowo when he was premier? How was Akintola when he was premier? How was Enaoro when he was minister?
Even Gowon himself.
How old was Gowon?
Yeah,
so until the present youth, one of the things I also shared is that I said concerning this election, I said I can't imagine us being in the university and some of the VCs that we saw as returning officers and some of the lecturers, professors that return election in some state, they will come back to campus Not when we were in the university. It's not possible. They will not return to the campus.
Yes.
They will not return to the campus. So it's
But
for
they
you
told
to
lies.
take the gauntlet. It's in your hand. You see, I will end your question with this story about a wise man that some young men want to embarrass. Because the wise man has the ability. He's a sage. It's a very wise. So they had a bird in their hand, and they put the bird behind. Two boys, they are walking. So we make a fool of this wise old sage. So the man said, sage, what's in our hand? He said it's a bird. He said, okay, so is he alive or is he dead? Well, the man said, well, if he's alive, it's in your hand. If it is dead, it's in your hand. Because if I say the bird is alive, you will use your hand to squeeze it and kill it. If I say it is dead, you will use your hand to... So it is in your hand. If you are watching us at home as a youth, it is in your hand. Nobody comes to power without the thumbprint.
No.
This is the power. And that power belongs to you. Take what belongs to you.
That corporation is NSAS.
Yeah.
If they bring it together, because that one they don't, it cut across tribe, cut across religion,
cut across everything.
If youth can come back on their own and do what you said now, you get your power.
You get it back to you.
Get back to yourself.
Moses, to your question on innovative industry, just see what music has done for us in this country.
Yes.
See what
Drama.
the movie industry, the
Yes.
innovative and what I call the innovative industry. Imagine if there's no football, what do you think will have happened to Saka?
Oh.
What will have happened to Iwobi? What will have happened to... imagine if there's no basketball, baseball, what do you think will have happened? No boxing, no wrestling, no UFC. Will you have heard of Israel Adesanya if there's no UFC? There are things that government can make investment in that the youth can tap into, not on paper. Most of the intervention policies that we have seen are always on paper.
Not in practice.
Not in practice. Because we should have agencies that can approach. You know, for you to go to school in the United States of America, you don't need to have money. Once you get college, you apply for loan. They give you student loan. And then, Obama did not pay his loan, President of America. Did not finish paying his loan until he was going for... And he has been elected as a senator. It was when he was contesting for president that he finished paying the loan. Oh. Those are the things we should have. And we used to have it. But you know the kind of people we have. I'll say it in my local dialect because it drives the point. Or Genleoro, Genlegun, they are scavengers. If you know vulture. Too sad. They are scavengers. So selfish. They have said it. Well, can a man drive 2 cars? If you have 10 bedrooms, can you sleep on? Only one. Can you sleep in 2 bedrooms? I wonder. Can you sleep in 2 bedrooms? Room. Even if you have 2 beds in 1 room, can you sleep on 2 beds? Oh. So if people understand this principle that we have a legacy to leave behind, and it's not more than 6 feet. It's not more than 6 feet. Yeah, so he came to this world empty. You must go back empty. You go back empty. If people understand that, they will not be stealing money the way they steal money. I'm telling you. They'll be interested in building legacy. We are talking about Awolowo. We are talking about Jack Onde. We are talking about Ambrose Ali. Oh, are they here? We are talking about legacy. We are talking about their legacy. For those of you that are in leadership today, what will people say about you tomorrow? You are writing your history. You are writing your history. There's time for you to change and to change for the good of Nigeria. But if you don't change, it's just a matter of time. You become bygone with history. Of course. And history will place you where you belong. Thank you.
Well, let those that have here to hear, let them hear. So your parting words.
Well, it's very simple. Youth, don't give up. The future is yours and the future is now. Organize yourself. Like Ashake said.
All right, you have already said it to organize yourself, honestly. You know, the example he gave when he was talking, he said that the leaders are like lions, we are like sheep. So when the lion rears, the sheep takes on their heels. That's what is happening. But you people are more in number. So I wish they can hear us and come together. That thing you people did during SARS, No, before they hire people to scatter it, it's then they hire people to scatter this, because the original mind of SARS, it was a peaceful demonstration. So that time there was no tribe, no this together. That's what we want. So youth, please go and see what we can do and gather yourself together, and then it will be better for you. Thank you so much, Jide, I'm always feel happy having you in our midst. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I want to thank the production crew and the executive producer, and also the audience here that have been moving with me for a long time. And viewers there out there, I want to thank you for looking to a vivid view. Having said it, and of course, I always mention to our sponsors, and say Oliver C needs some more. We need more sponsors so that this program will still be on air. Having said this, I want to invite comedian MC Lagos to sign out. Join us next week, same time, same station. I am Ahilis. Vivid View, say and do it.
Now for only Lagos State, you go see story building, 3-story building. You go see the upstairs, it go be school. Middle go be church, down go be hotel. Wetin happen? Lagos State. Now, you know end for that place, so norms, I be Ikotun boy. I'm so proud of Ikotun. I love my wood. Now, let me now talk about Yibo and Yoruba people. Cha-cha-cha Yibo kwenu. No be A na, electric shock na. Okay, ẹ̀yin tèmi báwo ni yo? Yeba, le. Mommy, you see, I love Yoruba people so much, man. But you see, Igbo people, they say Igbo people love business so much, and I'm so proud of them. There was a very day I went to Alaba because we wanted to do a musical concert in my church then. I was not like, Ezigene, Opuntewe, Agadi Yana speaker. Omo Igbo was like, speaker, na 200,000. But because of you, Omo Igbo no sabi me. He said, I go give you 150,000. I can't see Yama drum set. Cha-cha. Una Opuntewe Agadi Yana drum set. Omo Igbo say, drum set na 250,000. But because of you, I go give you 120,000. Now, you know, say all these iPhone users, we know they get battery. I be no be so. I was not like, Omo Igbo, Opuntewe, waiting be time. Omo Igbo say time na 2 p.m. But because of you, time na 4 a.m. Wetin happen? Now, I say this and I leave. Like I said earlier, I came from Ikotun and I love Ikotun people so much. Because in Ikotun, we have a lot of businesses going on in Ikotun. And the way they advertise their products, you see, you will be so wow. On the norms, when you are going on a Ikotun road, you'll be hearing something like this. You, where you be man, wey be say na every time you dey carry hand inside your trouser, you dey scratch. That one na him dey call staphylococcus onyonyoyo. You where you be man, wey be say you don get wife for house, she don get belle like for 1 year, she never born. That one na him dey call staphylococcus onyonyoyo. You can't still be man. You can't dey notice one kind white something for your body. That one na him dey call staphylococcus onyonyoyo. Thank you very much. My name is Steven MC Lagos.
This is VVV.